pledge allegiance to the terror within. New America, we board the mothership with our friends. Paranoia is old, changes just the means to an end. It seems I lost my freedom again. Another 10, learn to swim. Pledge allegiance to the terror within. New America, we board the mothership with our friends. Paranoia is old, changes just the means to an end. It seems I lost my freedom again. Another 10. I'm too fast for love. Self-hatred outlasts the drugs. New prescriptions working fast like I'm a splash the club. Shitting on crews, pissing and puke, sitting on news. My clicks flooded out like Whacking Hut, hitting with cools. 51 stress. William Cooper fell with no vest. Remember Montel when he caught it, he contracted MS. I checked for spaceships on desert sands. Infrareds controlling the land. I see them people jump off the building, hold their hands. Erase the program, fixing your chip is where you don't see. It's revolution, except for slaves. Things we don't need. Turn it off as usual. The media is here. I haven't touched my television in years. Learn to swim. Pledge allegiance to the terror within. New America. We board the mothership with our friends. Paranoia is old. Changes just the means to an end. It seems I lost my freedom again. Another 10. Nuclear broadcast. Reggae Habibs and stretch blazers. CIA reps dressed in black cloaks like Al Qaeda. Obsessed with data. Steel toe speed and green khaki. I need theme music when I kill. Like Scorpio from Dirty Harry. My dread pops like bad brains on airplanes. Went up your whole block for spare change. Life in the fast lane. No, it's too trite. Uncle Howie stood with the pipe. Cause if the suicide bomb's on, I'm doing it right. See me? I'm well known for reinventing the steel. I'm classic, motherfucker. I inherit the field. You fucking faggot. You stay with informants and take sausage. You make me nauseous. You ain't gangster. You work as a florist. A day in the life is just a roll of the dice. Seeing shit bug like Shallow Hal rolling on Vikes. The world's burning, kids. Bitches eat out for furnishings. Grand finale. Night stalker set with the pentagram and tourniquet. Learn to swim. Pledge allegiance to the terror within. New America. We board the mothership with our friends. Paranoia is old. Changes just the means to an end. It seems I lost my freedom again. Another 10. Learn to swim. Pledge allegiance to the terror within. New America. We board the mothership with our friends. Paranoia is old. Changes just the means to an end. It seems I lost my freedom again. Another 10. The negative creep. Rats in the law. Splatter your corpse. 50 carats. You blinging from the back of the source. Rhymes of love and hate. My 9 Taurus sings when it shakes. Peace to my man Germ. Serve another 6 upstate. Keep my cane in the fridge. Many times rocks and sing. It's the new religion like Hendrix out in Rainbow Bridge. I plead the 6th Amendment. I leave you crippled with the home attendant. Pissing in tubes. Paying dues like I'm the bad lieutenant. Futuristic drive-bys. Lasers popping. Blood on my scope. Alien face replaced the one with the go. 100 days of Sodom, red sun and glow in the streets. Hope collapse, rock bottom when the ozone depletes. Learn to swim, pledge allegiance to the terror within. New America, we board the mothership with our friends. Paranoia is old, changes just the means to an end. It seems I lost my freedom again. Another 10. Learn to swim, pledge allegiance to the terror within. New America, we board the mothership with our friends. Paranoia is old, changes just the means to an end. It seems I lost my freedom again. Another 10.
What is up, camps? It's your boy Creed. Happy holiday to you all. I'm just going to say, this has been the longest weekend of my life. I mean, no shit. All day today. Did it not feel like a Sunday somewhere? Let's get some flame emojis. Today felt like Sunday. Huh. Of course, I worked, so it felt like a normal day. Air quotes when you want to imagine like that. So, but it was a chill day. Nothing bad happened to me at all. I just had to deal with it. That's all. Nothing bad happened. So, I want to say shouts out to everybody that hung out. Was it last night? Oh, man. I have to say personally, that episode, I don't know. It just struck me somewhere. I think the damn thing just, I've never seen that level of our saga together, all coming up on like bigger shit. So yeah, we had Ryan the other day. So we were all busy dealing with that. I felt like, not like busy, but you know what I mean? It was on our mind. You know, it's like, damn, lost another good one. But then it was the impromptu visit yesterday that I feel like took it to the next level. I mean, I've got some other memorable videos we all did together a long time ago that kind of had some heighty ass heights. But last night, yeah, it was a new evolution. That was pretty good. Has anybody heard from Mars? I did. He reached out today. He seemed fine. He was cool on the stroll, but I haven't heard back from him yet. So I think he said something about going live. I wasn't expecting on it, planning on it, putting that kind of pressure on nobody. I'm like, man, after last night, I wouldn't be surprised what would happen. So luckily he seems fine in okay spirits as far as I know. So after that, we come across some videos today. Well, Luke G had put out a Ryan Leone related type of video. Now, mind you, he was the first one that officially broke the news like that, kind of, in this community at least. I'm not sure who said what first, where else, ever all over YouTube. Excuse me. Can't fucking talk right now. But yeah, he put out a banger today, though. And I was working, so I was like busy on YouTube, fucking driving. And I caught a little bit of the video, but not all of it. And so I guess I wanted to come on and hang out and just have like a board chat chill tonight, you know. But I was like, I need to finish that video. So I reached out to Luke and said, hey, do you mind if I debut that video tonight? We can all watch it together. He's like, yeah, go ahead. So, yeah, we're going to get a chance to check out Luke's new thing. He worked pretty hard on it. Looks good from what I've seen so far. But let's see this. Now, he said that. And this leads me to remember something that I might have wanted to say yesterday, that I guess it kind of explains the dynamics of the relationships here. Guys, I know this stuff looks like real life. These open, very public internet videos back and forth where Mars is saying the most heinous shit about me to me publicly on his own platform and just rah, rah, rah. And then I do it too, right? You have to ask yourself, does it look real? What's the one thing your parents always told you growing up? Don't believe TV. Don't believe Hollywood, because that's what it is. Now, with saying that, it's like, okay, at what point in life do you take it serious with this person on a business level? Because you're trying to create shows. He's trying to create videos. You both have a common goal. You have a special knack for whatever in that lane over there. You know, that's more like a business choice. So yes, that shit was real. He did not want to make, in the beginning, we were going to do stuff. But then like over time, I think he was just having a hard time with this new popularity. And then it's like, then it becomes a business problem where it's like, I don't want to fucking work with you. I don't want to be associated with you. I somewhere had made him mad somewhere then, right? So you think this is like an extended, ongoing feud, an internal beef? This is what I'm explaining about what you see, right? But would you believe, honestly, a lot of the times it's kind of like an episode of The Simpsons or something, or like Family Guy. You know how like every episode you see, they're all wearing the same clothes on the same day in the same home. They do all their, but every episode is a new day. It's like something new happened, right? Would you believe it's more or less like that most of the time? At those points, it's all business, not personal. So having him on was more or less a surprise treat. I didn't know what kind of reactions we would get. I didn't know what condition he was going to be in. And honestly, even though he didn't say anything bad about last night, I'm sure he feels a certain type of way about certain things, maybe or maybe not. I don't know. But honestly, what I should have did was I should have shut that shit down. If I was going to be like a true behind the scenes friend and I gave a fuck, I should have shut it down. I could have and I should have, but he wanted to come on. He wanted to come on and talk to you all. I think he's starting to lighten up about barriers, about business. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, if the dude wants to just pop by and hang out, whatever. But I didn't want nobody walking around mad in the chat like, man, this motherfucker said some shit pissed me off last night. Dude, he'll do zany, funny shit. And yes, there was something Zevo pointed out last night in the chat. I caught it later. His ass was actually laughing. Did you guys not hear that? Dude, I've only seen Mars show that emotion twice in the last 2 years. I feel like it's almost been. And I don't know. It was just like he lost himself for a second. Just, I don't know. It's funny. It was funny. That was like a once in a lifetime reaction come out of him, right? But yeah, you're right though. I mean, there was a lot of things he said that y'all know, y'all was there. That was completely random. I didn't know it was coming. I don't co-sign that, you know, but I tried to like give him an alley-oop and be like, hey, what the fuck did you just say, dude? Like, really? That's why I thought it was a joke, but then I kind of feel like it was like some liquid courage talking, right? I said, shit. I should have booted him. I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do. I didn't want to fail you all. I didn't want to be like cut the stream. But Mars, throw your ass in that shower behind you. You know, wake up and then come back in 20. But no, it was, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. I don't know. I know you're probably tired of hearing me say this shit about it last night, but it was very different. There has been a lot of fireworks going on today. So if you guys hear any pops or anything, you know what it is. You know what to do. But I don't know how you all are feeling, but if y'all are kind of ready to see this new Luke G joint, we can check it out real quick. Let's see. All right, the rise and fall and tragic death of Ryan Leone. What really happened? Let's see. Wow. That was like some Ryan footage.
See it sailing storm.
just watching.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Luke G TV, and I am your host, Luke G. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps just push my message. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We got 20 subscribers in the last day, so we're pushing hard. And always drop a like, comment on the video, and I'll always respond to you guys. I try to respond to almost every comment, and I'm pretty good about doing that. So today, you guys, I already know that I made a live stream about the passing of Ryan Leone. And there's a few things I'm going to touch on in this video about Ryan's passing, how it had affected me, how I can relate to it, and what's to come forward after this. Oh, I guess to start off with, I'm going to tell you guys how my whole relationship, I've only talked to him a few times on social media, but I've watched enough of his videos where I felt like I had a connection with him. It all started when I watched his interview on American Dope with Al Prophet.
I'm Ryan Leone. I'm an author, middle class family. They got me on one of those sensationalistic conspiracy
The
cases.
video is called Suburban Heroin Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
Right away when I watched that video, I was immediately intrigued because here's this well-articulated, smart, good-looking suburban dude who was selling Molly, club drugs, and this was in the mid-2000s, maybe even early 2000s.
So I had a connection for LSD, MDMA, psilocybin, ketamine, GHB, club drugs specifically.
And he graduated to selling heroin. Now, Ryan, before he started his big drug career, he was, came from an upper middle class family, but he was just a struggling junkie, maybe on like a $40, $50 a day habit.
Yeah, why would I throw Rigo? We make peepings, dude. We make peepings. Yeah, can you help me out with like a gram?
He randomly comes across.
I'm sure that was a real phone call.
He's getting extremely good prices on club drugs, Molly, and the sorts, and he kind of starts his drug career from there. Now, after Al Prophet's interview, Ryan started a YouTube channel of his own. His first video was the Mike Virgin story. Wow. If you guys haven't seen that story, I suggest after you watch this video, you go check that out because it's an amazing video. Ryan proceeds to tell us about this story. He goes to Florida, meets a girl in treatment, they relapse together, and they go on the run. So they're dibble-dabbling in drugs, but they don't have a lot of money. Somehow or another, they get connected with this super rich guy. He says, you can hang out at my house. I got drugs. I got this. I got that. And they pull up to the house. The house was a mansion. And Ryan's girlfriend, from the beginning, she was very skeptical. Why is this guy letting us stay at his house? This is kind of weird. But Ryan, drugged up, wanted free drugs. So he said, let's do it. Let's go. Come on, mansion, free drugs. What could go wrong? Well, eventually they come to find out he's a pimp and he wants Ryan's girl to work for him. He escapes eventually. I'm not going to tell you any more from the story, but I suggest you go check that out. So Ryan's YouTube career keeps on expanding and expanding. He keeps dropping video after video. And I quickly became addicted to his content. Ryan is a very charismatic, intelligent, hilarious dude. That's one of the funny parts about his stories is that he's just a jokester. His videos are entertaining. He's got like little inside jokes that only us subscribers would know. And he really made you feel connected, as a subscriber with him. So I kept watching his YouTube videos, and eventually his channel got so big, he started a Patreon so he could show other content that you can't show on YouTube. And also,
Look, that Patreon was popping back then, dude. Ryan was crazy as shit. He was not only crazy when he told his stories, like he would go like over the edge. Like at times I'd be like, dude, why And how could you say that? But then it's like you get so used to that craziness out of Ryan that anytime he said something that crazy, you knew he was flat out ass down, dead ass joking, but he kept a fucking straight face. Like he was a good he was a good poker face, man. Ryan could tell one hell of a story. And yeah, so his Patreon, that shit was popping. There was all kinds of exclusive content from different levels. This guy even had a picture of his dick on there, okay? No lie. He put it up like I think $100 or something. I've never seen it. I don't want to see it. I'm sure it's floating around between the Reddits and all the people or something. But yeah, Ryan was crazy, man. He had all kinds of cool stuff he put together though. He had the fake acid drop blotter things and the books, and I kind of want to look at the stories for truckers. I've heard a little bit of the quality of it. I didn't like it. It sounded too rough, but I mean, it is what it is. So you're only going to get that product one way now. No other way. Unless somebody comes behind him and is able to edit it and make it more better sounding. But stories for truckers. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to listen to next.
You can charge a membership fee. He had a $3, a $10, a $20, and a $100 tier. The $100 tier, I believe you got some one-on-one time with Ryan.
Yeah, there was
that.
that.
Also had some creative rights within his film. So now Ryan goes from being a homeless drug addict.
Fuck. Check this out, spam.
To a drug dealer, to federal prison, gets out of federal prison, is homeless again eventually because he gets back into using and drinking, meets Karina, they have a baby, and then he starts doing a little bit better once he has the baby with Karina. They get a house, but they're still very poor. But as Ryan's Patreon and YouTube starts, all of a sudden, you know, he's making $1,000 a month off YouTube. Then it's $2,000 a month off YouTube. Then with YouTube, Patreon combined, eventually he was making like $7-8 grand a month. So he started doing really well. Where it started to go wrong was Ryan started making a lot of false promises to his Patreon subscribers, and also product that he was supposed to mail out to people, but people never received. Now, I think for the most part, he made good on most of that. Most of the people got their money back. Apparently, there was some mishaps in the way. There's a lot of rumors that have been going around about what he did or didn't do, and I'm not here to say that. But for the most part, I think Ryan was a good dude.
And I'd like to thank Joe and Justine for having me at their house and for inviting me here. It means a lot, and I appreciate it.
He was a lost soul. His addiction really took over, you guys. He's been an addict for 20 years. It's not a surprise what happened. So Ryan kept pushing out content like it was nobody's business. He was sometimes putting out 1 video a day, sometimes 2 videos a day. And I actually made a comment on his Patreon saying, dude, you should slow down. You're going to run out of stories eventually. And he would always get kind of mad when I would, give him suggestions. I was just trying to give him friendly suggestions. I wasn't trying to insult him. He was a very sensitive guy. He really was. And a lot of people were hard on Ryan. They would basically take Ryan's inventory, tell him everything you did wrong, accuse him of being high, constant slandering. And he expressed a lot on his channel that really bugged him. How much it really bugged him, I don't know. Maybe that was
so that's the thing, guys.
But I'm not the one to say that.
Let me get this fucking thing out of the way. All right. Now back to when he was saying something about back to mailing out books and shit, the stuff, the merch people bought, right? Guys, I'm gonna say something about Ryan, and I do not mean this in the worst way or nothing at all. It's just I could tell when I seen this dude on the internet. He's kind of coming at you in rough format, because if he's this intelligent, creative, revered writer that's got experience and connections to people, and he's just the way he walks and talks at this point in his life, he knows what to say and do to make moves in Hollywood, and he's doing it. He's learning and he's doing it too. probably the whole, that life out there. You're meeting celebrities, you're having to work with them, deal with them. You're doing interviews. You're trying to grow your own brand and image. You feel like you've invested so much into your life that this is all your job. Your job is to live. I think sometimes, honestly, he just fell on hard times in between stuff. And that's probably why he couldn't get y'all shit mailed out, dude. I mean, do you know how much it would cost to mail out when all of a sudden it's like this? You need all these subs on YouTube to grow your channel so that you get so many views, you get so many plays. When then plays pay off, YouTube cuts you a check. And there's donations, then you put your Patreon. You're having to like milk this thing because you've now invested to the point to where you feel like you have no private life. If you don't devote and sit down and tell people these stories that you promised to do once upon a time ago when you eagerly wanted this job, and you believe in yourself that fucking much that nobody else will believe in you as hard as you, right? So you got to think the artist is under pressure. They are going through hard times. They're humans like us. You don't think they just wake up and, hey, we're out of milk. It's like, God damn, look at your pocket. You got $1.14 in your pocket. Like, I'm sure everybody, like, raising a family on that kind of income, like, you're based on your appearances and your ad revenue stuff or airplay, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I don't care, but you know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of that put Ryan under pressure. And in the meantime, in his downtime, his private time that he has, he's still working. He's putting together books and trying to get on to bigger projects out there and screenwrites and all this shit. And then in the middle of all that, you have a very rotten, ugly, hungry opiate addiction that you have not been able to kick, let alone successfully or even halfway. But not at all. You're getting older. You got 2 kids now. Work is hard. COVID. I mean, just shit ain't getting easier for nobody. You know what I mean? Y'all feel what I'm saying? So Ryan was under a lot of pressure and he had his own fucking problems in life. And I think people accidentally jumped the gun on that because they expected so much of him because he did so much. He put his reputation on the line for you all. And he did it in such a way that he was unique, So he wanted to be out there. Like, nobody just decides one day they want to just accidentally OD. So it was just one of them fucking things, man. It was just, still can't believe it. I mean, there's so much out there, yet so little of his product that it was almost like, man, too soon, even though he had some years on here like that. But yeah, he had a lot of pressure on him. Times got tough.
Either. But anyways, so Ryan's continuing to push out content, but along the way I noticed he started to get sloppier. Content started to slow down. He starts working on his documentary, and it seemed like his mental health really started to go downhill at some point. Before the YouTube and Patreon, he had a mental breakdown when he first started getting famous, when he was in Penthouse magazine and the Huffington Post, where he just went on this ego trip where I'm the shit, got Hollywood real quick. And like I've said before, I really don't think Ryan could do
And it's like when you're in that line of work, you need to be doing that kind of work.
The fame, he did not handle it well, you guys.
Yeah, he sure didn't. Luke, I will agree with you on that, bro. He didn't handle that shit well.
His Patreon content was slowing down. At one point, I think his Patreon pretty much just came to a halt. And that's kind of when I lost track of what happened to Ryan Leone. A year goes by and I really hadn't been on his Patreon. I'd seen little things here and there, him getting mad at people, calling him out for using. And, when his YouTube career was going on, he had slips, he was public about that. The most recent one I'm talking about is, I know that he got into smoking fentanyl off tinfoil. He got on methadone to get clean off that. And unfortunately, yesterday I got the news I'm friends with Karina on Facebook, that Ryan passed away last night. There was a lot of speculation on how Ryan passed away. Some said he was in the hospital for pneumonia. Some people were saying other things, but from confirmed sources, I'm here to tell you how Ryan passed away. So the story goes, Ryan was in the hospital for pneumonia, but he snuck into his hospital bathroom to do some more fentanyl. He had an overdose.
What?
They tried to Narcan him. They tried to give him CPR.
What?
And he ended up having a cardiac arrest, and Ryan lost his life that day.
Damn.
You guys, this really hits me hard because I've been a heroin addict for the last 12 years. I have overdoses in the double digits, over 10 overdoses. I've had so many close calls, you guys, it's not even funny. A lot of my overdoses were from taking a benzodiazepine the night before and then using heroin the day after, thinking that the benzos were out of my system. But they were not out of my system, so it was a benzo opiate mix. That's how most of my overdoses have happened. Very few of them have been from just doing dope or fentanyl alone, but I have had a few of those. And I will make some videos on some of my overdoses in the future. But it's really sad, man, because I've had so many friends pass away from this addiction, so many RIPs on my Facebook timeline. And it's just, it's a sad tragedy, man. And, you know, America, they say, is in an opioid crisis. America is in an addiction crisis, and not just to drugs, addiction to phones, addiction to how people look, addiction to social media, addiction to public persona. And I'm here to tell you guys that none of that stuff matters. What matters is what's in here. What matters is how you treat people, how
Whoa,
your relationship
shit.
with your higher power is, with how you feel when you go to bed at night, how you treat your family, how you treat your girlfriend. You know, none of that other stuff matters. Money, yeah, money does matter. Money makes you comfortable and it enables you to have a more free life, but it's not everything. And I really hope that Ryan's death can serve a purpose for others in the future to realize that, you know, the golden days of heroin are over. They are over, you guys. And I haven't really done dope in like 4 or 5 months. But what I've seen, even in the streets of Minnesota, is that 90% of the dope is fentanyl. Yes, you can still find real heroin from time to time, but it's starting to become more few and far between. So, I mean, in the next year, 2, 3 years, you know, the whole heroin game is going to change. In Canada, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Vice documentary, but there's a new phenomenon called benzodope. And they are cutting dope with benzodiazepines, atizolam, which is a thienodiazepine. And it's just, it's insane. It's not getting any better, you guys. And you know what it all stems from? This all stems from prohibition. And it started way back in the 1920s with the Volstead Act. When they prohibited alcohol, what happened? They had bootleggers that would bring in alcohol. And guess what? Some of those batches were poisoned and people were dying from drinking alcohol. Why? Because it was illegal. Then marijuana, they tried to illegalize that. What happened? That gave birth to the criminal underworld, criminal syndicates. Same with alcohol. That really gave birth to the criminal underworld. Al Capone,
the cartel,
Gun Kelly, you know, all these famous mobsters and crime groups that thrived off the illegalization of mind-altering substances. Fast forward to the 1980s, cocaine, Pablo Escobar, El Chapo. Think about this, you guys.
See, down here, we're already in the South, so you already better believe most of our shit probably comes from down there in Mexico, I'm sure. Don't quote me, I could be wrong.
Making drugs illegal, all it does is gives birth, money, and control to crime syndicates, cartels, and it makes getting drugs harder, more expensive, more dangerous. It ruins people's lives. It is a safety risk. In my opinion, drugs should become decriminalized. But that's a topic for another day. So, you guys, Ryan was a great man. He was a father. He was a loving husband, a loyal friend from what I've heard, a great dad. And he was just a super creative, funny, charismatic guy.
Hello. Wait. I snorted blow in high school, so I'm fucking short. I'm sorry.
Struggled and had a lot of demons. So you guys, I would just love for you to see, get those demons under control, man. Talk to someone, get therapy if you need it, take medication, get on methadone, get on Suboxone, shit, get on anti-anxiety meds if you really need them, but don't do dope. It is not worth it in 2022. It is too dangerous, you guys. And I don't want to see any of you guys pass away from this crap. It's tearing families apart. This generation by far is the most drug addicted in the history of the United States and the world. Please have a safe 4th of July weekend. Tell your loved ones that you love them. Cherish every day. And just live your best life, you guys. Try to enjoy life. I really hope if anyone can maybe start a GoFundMe for Karina, Ryan's wife and kids, and if we could have some kind of support for his family.
That was nice and all, but I seen somewhere somebody started a some kind of a GoFundMe or donation thing to Karina, so that's good. That's good.
Guys, because I know Karina, Ryan's wife, is really going through it, you guys, and his little boys that are gonna have to go without a son. So please, man, leave the negativity out of it and just say a prayer for his family, man. And like always, like the video if you could, comment below what you feel about this situation, and subscribe if you already haven't. And I'm Luke GTV, and I'm out. Peace.
All right. So that was another, I'd say, fairly thorough breakdown. There was a couple of spots in there that I could point out. I was like, I liked how he transitioned this part of the story to that, because now he has to avoid all the filler that's just, it's kind of like the other shit everybody knows. But no, he did that really well. Really, really well. See, stuff like that, you would sit down and write it out. Honestly, if you're like a content creator and you're going to do like a big talking piece like that, I commend him on that. I mean, he had to sit there and cuts, edits, the fly-ins of the images. That was really good, really nice. Man, that shit about what the fuck happened though, I was like, oh. And then I'd seen Kay said up here somewhere about maybe, like, I mean, hell, she was the closest one, but man, I don't know. I mean, yes, that was a possibility, of course, because that's your next of kin like that. That's a whole nother adult that is responsible for you. But I don't think, man, if she loved him and cared about his health, she would not be the one to bring that shit to him in the hospital. I could think of at least 10 or more fucking people that could or would. If they didn't give a fuck, neither did he. But he didn't sound like he was being admitted in the hospital, did he not? It's just that one photo he gave us looked like it was a simple visit. He even said that he had an occurrence of pneumonia, but then he got a second opinion. I think maybe he went to like this is my idea on it. Maybe what happened. I think he probably tried to go to like one of those cheap walk-in urgent cares or something. They'd like do like a $20 copay, you know, for people that just, you know, and then like maybe they told him, oh, well, you're getting a lot of activity from your breathing and blah, blah, blah. You've got pneumonia. And he's probably like, he probably left thinking, dude, no, I'm sicker than this. Something's wrong. Like, I want to know what's wrong. And he probably went to the ER. ER probably said, boy, you better prepare to hang out for a little bit. We're going to see what's going on. So, but like, for there to not be any other hospital photos from him. Now, I'm not saying people live on Facebook and shit every day or nothing, but usually people in this position, There's, I'm sure, a lot of outpouring of folks that are like, how are you doing? Are you okay? Are you feeling any better? You know, that kind of thing. But I'm thinking maybe he had made 2 separate technical, like, hospital visits, if you want to say. And maybe he left. But I figured someone would have said. So now I'm just curious about Luke's source, about hearing that kind of story. Because shit, it doesn't sound impossible. The guy that died that we know, he was just in the hospital exactly a month before he passed away from it. And he was in there for a week for ODing, and he actually had someone bring it to the hospital while he was in there. Man, I'm telling you, this shit is so poisonous and toxic. It's like you don't care. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in a hospital. You will do that dope so long as you are awake and have consciousness. What, did someone else come out with a video recently? Anybody know their name? We can go check it out. Well, see, Adam, that was probably back in the day when they were first kind of early dating. No, throughout his stories, he did profess. He said, Karina did not like my heroin use. Like, she was just not hip to it. His daddy and mama, oh, yeah. They done sat to their boy through 2 different prison terms over the shit. He never stopped doing it at times once he got in. And they were dealing with his shit still while he's locked. Instead of being locked up and doing the right thing and getting clean, getting your shit together, he was still getting in the shit over dope in there. So he never fucking... So they still had to deal with his bullshit from behind bars. It couldn't even be a nice, peaceful fucking set of years, you know? I mean, he didn't mean it to get that bad. Nobody does, but it just tells you when that dope gets in control, you lose that much control to look how it gets. And then everybody else has to pay for it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But what is up, DGMS? Well, I don't know. Yeah. See, I did that off screen. I did that off show. Yeah, so I was really hoping the type of person Ryan was maybe there was some unreleased recorded footage of him in the last few years from his other friends, and maybe they all can get together and put together some kind of documentary or series where they just combine all of his footage. You know, proceeds can go to the family. Because, I mean, this shit's eternal, bro. Like, it's just Karina and her babies now. 2 of them. It's like, damn, man. It's like, no chick wants to take a gamble on a boyfriend like that. You know what I mean? But you can't, you can't help shit the way it ends up sometimes. And that's just so, it makes me so disgusted over that shit. That's so, like, you got to think about all the times these people, these IV users, they skate past death every day doing this shit. And they get away with it for a long time. And then it's just one motherfucking time, one day. That's it. Just the right amount of cells in your body just fucking collapsed or something. And it was on from there. Man. Everybody's so fucking scared to die, but nobody want to live. One day I was crossing a gas station parking lot, and there was this young black boy. He wasn't like getting into it with the old head on the next car thing over, but he said something like, he said something to the old man. The old man said something back, and then he was like, haha, yeah, old man. Yeah, we already know what it is, old man, or something. The old man said, you know what? You're going to pray to God that you can live to be my age one day. I was like, ooh, sick burn. Because he's right. So yeah, DG, we're I don't know, we had kind of a litty weekend, and shit was just up and down all weekend. Finally into tonight, we're just calming down now. Finally, I don't know about y'all, but I would have at least waited and had the decency to leave the hospital to do it. That has to be embarrassing and scary all at once, and then you end up fucking dying anyway. It's like, man, God, like, what the hell was I looking for? Yeah, this is more or less chill ass, hang out, just. Taking comments from the comment section. You know, if anybody had anything they wanted to pitch in on the damn ideas for the talk piece. Yeah, pin that in bronze, motherfucker. No. So yeah, man, New America. You know, those 2 months that I was out of it, I really feel like I still have lost touch with the reality of what the world really feels like out there. Does that sound crazy? I have some kind of grasp on it now, but jeez, man. Sometimes you just stop and take a look at your surroundings and go, am I really here? Is this really real? Yes. I actually did see that today. We can watch that if y'all want to. I don't care. It's a real short video. Yeah. Mike, he touches on in his episode about this troll. One of the trolls that they can account for, the Samantha troll. Apparently, I had it wrong. The dude they were showing, I guess, was not the person. I guess maybe it was the girl in the photo. I don't know. Yeah, we'll dig it up real quick. Hang on. Well, no, it said the girl was like harassing the shit out of Karina and Ryan for the longest time. I'm like, why do people like go that far? Like, motherfucker, can you not just leave a rude comment like a piece of shit? Like, why you gotta call a motherfucker phone? Why you gotta call they mama, call they daddy, call they work? Fuck with them. Give them extra extraneous shit, like for no reason. Like, seriously, guys? Now, poor Karina in her mind's probably thinking it's the fucking trolls that did it. They pushed him to use harder. And it's like, I don't even want that poor girl to even look at it like that, because you can really look at it for what it was. He was a father that did give a shit, but it's just unfortunate that last time was it, though. Hang on, we're finna show you this other one. Finna fucking chill with the ADD fam, because now y'all got me fucking upset. This is the type of fucking new America I live in, where people have to fucking get on the internet and publicly mourn because that's all they have. That's all their connection and tie was to. They feel that passionate and full of sorrow. They hate that this fucking happened. And this shit's just so depressing to see, you know. So this is titled Friends and Family Deaths, ADD News, and My Troll Exposed.
There is Rusty. Say hi, Rusty. And there's Mama Cat. black straight ahead to the left of the tree.
Barry. Nah, you good. You good.
Dusty. in the
Shit.
backfield. And Dusty is the cat that
All
was
right.
on the walls.
He's gonna talk about his cats and stuff. And Mike,
So he doesn't.
honestly, nothing against your beautiful kittens. We're gonna move it along. Let's see.
See, cat. She's had an. He's a calico, but it's been quite hard for me to deal. Oh, I'm dealing with that.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh my god. This shit. I was working earlier and I was walking in the fucking dollar store getting somebody's stuff. And he said what he said. And I was like, oh, this is what Birdman was talking about. This shit crushed me, guys. I'm like, because you already know what it is, man. Wait till you hear this. I felt so bad for him.
I've spoken to Jason Barber, who is Sinister Monopoly. You should all know who that is by now. I've been speaking with Jason. Jason will keep me informed. I asked him questions like, does he know about, does he know about the, Ryan's funeral? So he didn't really know anything. He said he would keep me.
So we haven't heard anything about funeral news yet.
So, obviously, there's going to be a thing for Ryan. I also
I think like a memorial,
asked him a few questions.
That's all I want. I don't want a funeral. I just want a memorial. Get together.
Give you guys the answers on that.
I want a barbecue. Everybody
So,
drinking and
If
smoking.
you're new here and you don't know much about me, I've made friends with this guy Ryan Leone. Everyone else that's been here knows who that is. A kick-ass dude. Passed away the other day. And we were friends. And recently, we were scheduled to do a video together. He was going to have me on his Patreon. You can see that on Instagram. Just have to take my word for it. And so,
No, let's go look.
after me asking him a few times about it, told the story. He told me he was going to have me on his Patreon. I didn't ask. I just asked if we could do a video together. He told me he was going to have me on his Patreon. And then later changed his mind because of all the bullying he's been receiving. And he's taken a lot of criticism online, okay? If you do and don't know, people, there's groups badgering him, right? A bunch of people made a Reddit account.
Oh, his Instagram's badass.
Talk smack on him. And there again, I've always defended him. And I don't care. I'm not going to hold persons.
Is there a way I can get on Instagram on a computer?
Them because
Instead of these photos?
I know it all too well. I've been there. I was there. And I'm 10 years plus older than Ryan. And as I've discussed, at Ryan's age, I was still in addiction. Matter of fact, at Ryan's age, I wasn't even into the worst full-blown addiction that I would later get into. So Ryan had a good life ahead of him, and it's terrible, and it breaks my heart, and it's been really hard to deal with, truthfully, because I invested a lot of time and energy into him, and more so as friends.
Yeah, his Instagram, everybody, Ryan's Instagram is full of comments about they heard what happened. This is the first time I've looked at it till now. I'm looking for Stalker Mike's account anywhere on any of these really quick, though, just to see. Because I'm sure it was like a comment exchange, maybe. I'm not following Mike, so there's no way I could catch him.
He could talk to me and tell me what was on his mind.
Unless it was a private message or
Stuff
something.
that he couldn't and wasn't comfortable to tell the rest of the world certain things. And so on that,
Somebody find me Mike's
rapport
Instagram.
to build into a friendship. So, like I said, we become very close.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what people do. It's not like I'm shooting them down like, oh.
Especially after he sent me.
But
that,
man, people do that when they feel
care
so
package.
like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Did that
Fuck you,
on
internet.
his own.
Damn.
I didn't ask him. I've given him some goodies, but he just did that as a show of appreciation for being his friend, supporting him. That touched me. It's really been really hard to deal with, truthfully. There again, I've lost another close friend, someone very close to me, died and left me again. And it seems to be a repeating thing with me in my life. I don't know if I need to, start looking for a different crowd, group of people, but I'm drawn to people with ADD. I sympathize with them. It's what this is all about. So to say that I'm never going to meet another Ryan would be BS, because to say that would mean I'd have to wrap it up. I'd have to give up this whole I am ADD thing. And I'm not going to.
Well, it's about your channel, Mike. I mean, you were just friends with him.
And give me more determination. I'm now more determined.
Hell yeah, me too, Z. Thank you.
Than ever to finish
Thank
my
you,
book.
D-Zilla.
Oh no, I read a book. Well, when I
We're going
wrote
to give
the
that a
book, it's been a
follow.
year now, and it's been sitting. And
We got the fan page.
several months, I
Nice.
haven't
Thank
done
you.
much with it, and I
Follow
sat
there
with it.
too.
And so, when I first wrote the book, I didn't even.
All right, now we can go look around. Sorry, the video. If I don't go on that tab and touch it, it won't work.
Any of these coincidences to go on yet, right? Wasn't even a factor. I feel that's a huge part of the story is to get the coincidences in, to show not only the bad.
Ain't that cool how you can hear like a lawnmower out in the distance somewhere? It's like,
level.
it's just so calming to
You
hear.
should
I
all
guess.
know how these coincidences have played out, and they continue to happen. And I believe they're going to continue.
Yeah.
And I believe
We're all
they're
clout
gonna
chasing
continue
bird brains.
as crazy and even crazier, because I've stopped doing hard drugs, and that's definitely a factor, because these coincidences, none of them happened. They stopped while I was in full-blown addiction. I fully believe it's got a lot to do with staying clean, mental stability, staying prayed up, all this kind of stuff. I firmly believe plays a role in the coincidences and the coincidence story. So the worst is yet to come, people. The worst is yet to come. Okay. There will be good, and there will be bad, and there will be horrific. Okay. So
Yeah, he starts going on about these damn. He calls them coincidences or something, and I think what he means is like some kind of like ethereal experiences of, I don't know, maybe something beyond our universe. I don't know, but it gets really cryptic at times.
and it's painful, and it's hard to talk about, and it's not, the death is not over with. So you people
Shit, his ADD fucking page is popping, dude.
of who Zach is. Okay, Zach is my son. Zach is not my biological son, but he's my son nonetheless.
Yeah, this is where it gets sad, guys. I hope you got your fucking man, get your fucking Kleenex, man.
Zach is Zach has refused his cancer treatment, and from what we understand, he's not doing what he's supposed to. He's not done his something and something, and it's slipping me at the top of my mind what it was, but they're both cancer treatment, and it's form of chemo and some stem cell, whatever, stent cell. He's not doing that. He's not doing his chemo. He's refused to go and get his treatment.
Y'all hear that shit? Man, I was in the middle of working. That shit just stopped me dead ass in my tracks, and I knew. I said, damn. Now, mind you, this isn't his kid. It's his spouse's child, but he's like any good parent, you're going to take on that child. You know what I mean? It don't have to be any real mature adult would know what I'm saying. But anyway, dude's refusing this stuff. And it's like, man, they're already saying this and that about time and stuff. And even though it's not his problem, it's totally his problem still. Even though he has it's like he's choosing the right to take on this like whole stress of the weight of another life, you know. And it's like, because you don't ever want to see your child go before the parents, and it's like, even though that's not even his blood son, it would still affect you like it was your blood child, you know, because it's family, it's your fucking son, dude. Like, and he don't want to go through the bullshit. Like, that's really strong in itself. It's like, man, it's brave, dude, because man,
he seems to think he's got 2 months left to live. Okay, we know for a fact that he don't have long to live. And I thought you guys should know that. Zach's not taking his treatments. And even if he took his treatments, he supposedly said he'd have some years left to live. They gave him 2 years a year ago. Now, without him doing his treatment, haven't heard this from doctors, but he's saying he's got 2 months to live.
So it's almost like he'd rather go out with respect and his head held high. Because think about what you're going to do, man. You want to push out another 2 or 3 years of being sick all the time from chemo just to stay around. I mean, that sounds so selfish of me to say, but like dying of cancer spectrum that I am looking at this from the middle. Like, you can't sit there and just wake up every day and know your own body's eating you away. It's just something you can't control. So it's just shit happens, you know. And I pray to God that never will ever strike me one day. But if it does, man, everybody's gonna go through it. But it's almost like he'd rather just go out quickly, swiftly, with your pride intact. You can get your affairs in order. You can get things arranged. It's kind of like man, I'm not going to put you all through that, having to deal with me sick and just night and day, just be a burden. And even though your family would do that for you, because they just don't want you to leave. But it's like to have that on your conscience of like, man, I'd rather do it my way or no way. And then we get this squared away. Like, shit, that's a man, dude. I could never fuck. Like, man, if you could cry blood tears, man, I tell you what.
My nightmares have not only just started, they've just begun. They're not over with. I've known about this for some time, and I haven't known how to put it into words. I still don't. I still don't know how to talk about this. I don't know how to put this into words as a parent.
But it sounds like he wants to get it out.
I
don't blame you, man.
haven't figured this out. So I'm just telling you the tidbits, but the bulk of it. So, my nightmares and my people dying on me is far from over yet. Like, comment, share. Please spread the message. I know too many people that are dead now.
You know, it's like he's already had this shit with his son on his mind for so long already. It's just exhausted everyone so terribly that it's just something you'd rather not even fucking think about if you can get away with it for 5 minutes. You know, it's just like, it never goes away. And then when that day comes, it's going to be more new problems in itself, and then you deal with that type of grief and loss, and then he just got unexpected news the other day. One of his online friendships was over with, so that doesn't help the mood. So I'm sure this is making it way more on him now. And it's just, man, I would hate to be in his shoes right now, for real.
And it's starting to wear on me. It's starting to wear on my soul. It's very painful. Yet again, I lost another very close friend. Me to Ryan and Ryan to me were brothers. Truly, we've all had that kind of connection with somebody you had a lot in common with. Me and Ryan have boatloads in common. I mean a shit ton. Some that I haven't even spoke of. Some are health-wise that I don't speak about, that are embarrassing, humiliating to me. You may have an idea what I'm talking about, but you're not going to hear me on here telling all of it, because it's embarrassing, it's personal, it's humiliating. I get rode enough.
It's not embarrassing or humiliating.
And I told you guys who did. Somebody made a Jew nose thing.
Yeah, he's referring to there was some episodes back we all did live over here one night. He suspected people from my camp of or someone else's that we know of making this troll account that came after him. And I don't know who this guy was, but he really ruffled up Mike's feathers some time ago, and we covered it. And but he had mentioned there was this other troll that was their account name was like Junos or something. So he's mentioning something from many, many months ago, but it's crazy how he mentions it here and now.
Sam Annette. Okay, we found out who
the troll that's been stalking Karina and Ryan on Reddit
did it. I found out who. Yes, Sam. I found out who this hater troll is. Sam Annette. You got hell to pay, girl. You got hell coming. I know what all you've done. You know what all you, the dirty slimeball shit you've not only done to me and my family, but to Ryan and his. Sam Annette, if you have any way of being in touch with her, you know her, holler at me. Joker.
Yeah, and then oh my god, this all right. After all that impactful shit, I'm like, oh man, I'm like wiping the tears out of the corners of my eyes, and then he goes, Joker, you guys get on that for me, guys. We covered Joker too. I'm not sure if you've seen the episode. Apparently, there's this online insurgency out there in Canada that they all go by some are I guess DC Universe heroes or whatnot, and there's a Joker, his girlfriend Harley Quinn, there's a Batman, and they all fucked with me. Like all I did was play the guy's video, and because Mike had mentioned him about some stuff about me to them, so they were saying shit about me, and I was just playing their video like my response, I guess. But that dude looked like he was suffering from like stage 8 zombie. I mean, I feel so bad saying that after all the shit we just heard about cancer and shit, but this dude had cancer. Like he actually did a video to where when he went to roll a fucking joint, he said he had to be very careful when he was like licking the paper because his skin was so sensitive with the sickness from cancer and shit that he could accidentally cut his fucking face, licking it, or his tongue or something, and just the infection alone would kill him. And I'm like, damn, bro, how many years you got left? But I have not seen or heard anything about Joker in a long, long time. So for Mike to mention him now to this syndicate of people out there that are, I guess, online watchdogs for each other or some other people. I know it sounds hard to believe, guys, but I swear I'm not making this shit up. I mean, I swear to God, the guy Joker, I can't believe he's still alive. I mean, you should see what the guy looks like.
With Sam Annette that did the Junos, calling me a
And then the video abruptly ends. So that was Mike's vid. He went on to, I guess, talk about or discuss his personal feelings about the Ryan thing. Like he's still feeling bad about it, which I'm sure he is. But then he trailed off into the stuff about his son that I didn't know that's what Birdman was talking about back there. Because he said his son got sick or something, so Birdman was going to leave him alone. I guess something struck him. I guess Birdman seen something that I didn't, but I publicly agree with Birdman. I was like, hey, yeah, I'm with you on that. We'll leave Mike alone if he's got hard shit going on. But damn, I didn't know he had that kind of shit going on. So y'all pray for Stalker Mike. That's got to be a hard thing to be going through. Yeah, I did. I played it on there. I could look him up. You want me to look him up real quick? Hang on. And these people, I was very nice. When I seen who was messing with me one day on the internet, because I started getting comments and stuff. And I was like, well, obviously, who's this guy? And I go look, and I'm starting to see things. I'm like, really? Let me see if he commented somewhere anywhere. They even took a shot at Big Fargo also. They actually took a shot at Big Fargo first and then me. But they were going to do this crazy tie-up to where they were going to pit Mars, Joker, and Mike against me at one time. And I'm like, I wouldn't trust Mars to fucking check the mail on a rainy day. Like, no offense to Mars like that. He's not, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, yes. Oh my God, I've got to follow or not follow. I got to find. I'm sure I was, but maybe I don't even remember what the name on the account would be. I would have to find his comments somewhere. I'm not sure the last time he had any correspondence with Mike. Let's see. Maybe this one will do it. But if I see it, I'll know what it is. So. Okay, boom. Here we go. Found it. Wow, he got his hair back. What the fuck? All right, so this is the guys that Mike sent, the brigade he sent after me probably about half a year ago. All they really did was just lightly harass me in a couple of comments in my videos alongside Mike's. I didn't take offense to it, nor when I seen the situation was I going to act upon it because, man, I just... So anyway, let me pull this up for y'all real quick and we can watch this. Here we go. So this is the Joker. 69 subs. No, he had way more than that. This must be a new channel or something. But this is him. I wonder if his old videos on this channel, maybe he re-uploaded or something. But yeah, I just seen this guy and I was like, no fucking way. See, it's been a long time since I've seen him, so I haven't seen him with hair or anything. No, he's a thug-ass white boy, dude. Check this out.
All right. So you want to call me a glasshead and this and that? And fucking act like you're fucking big guys who know exactly what you're talking about. So I guess you guys are going to volunteer for pay for my funeral? Right? Because it's only fitting, seeing as you don't believe and you want to talk your shit. You're going to pay for my funeral. Trust me, it ain't cheap. Had a lot of boys coming to it who are mad. And they want their money's worth. So, you were going to pay for it. And trust me, it'll be around Christmas time too, so people want presents. Only crystal I'm on is THC. And that comes in crystals off a plant, you fucking moron.
Yeah, you see how he's got like band-aids on his face? There's been a few videos where he had bandages on others. He has some kind of skin cancer or something that, I don't know, somehow he's like miraculously beating it, but this dude's been pushing hard for years. If you seen a photo of what he looked like then compared to now, you'd be like, dude, he's unrecognizable. I need to go back to where the era when he was making vids about me or something. He didn't really make a video about, I mean, he kind of did, but he just like lightly mentioned me. But man, these are all recent. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen this dude's channel. Haven't even came back because I figured that was going to be the last time I ever seen him.
In the ghetto, gunshots every night in the ghetto.
What the fuck?
No crooked cops on site in the ghetto.
Okay, look, no, I'm not going to represent him like that. Let's find some more videos. Hold on. But yeah, it's this clique of people that they're like watchdogs other places, I guess. I think he used to rap or something. Wow, no, he cannot be putting on no Halloween makeup and then fucking doing Halloween videos. That shit just looks too damn real. Fuck no, dude. I would be like, because when you're that ill, man, you gotta like keep yourself protected and anything, man. He's been pushing hard, dude. I'm not kind of seeing anything that he had back then. This might be a new shit. How many months has it been? It's been a long time. But yeah, at times he'll talk about his condition or what's going on and shit. And I guess it's hard to like look away from at times whenever you see it. But it was like this shit was just so like I didn't even want to come back and like think of it ever again. But it's crazy how Mike mentioned him in his most recent video. That's the only reason why we're here now. I want to see what this guy's been up to, I guess. I guess where they're at, man, they get fucking drugs, man. Because he gets them, but that shit ain't enough, man. I've watched quite a few of his videos back then, though, when I was. Like somebody that has so much life and struggle in them to where they're willing to push. It's got to be a pretty strong dude. Of course, there's some where he's like not talking shit, but like calling people out or something. I guess they just, I don't even know what they do. It's like a whole clique of these people. They're all friends. Man, 14 pill. I wake up, choke down 6 doses.
14 pills in the morning.
Damn. Wow, I could be scrolling all damn day. Let me just.
Yeah, Pink Mike wanna come and talk shit about tweets. Pink Mike wanna come and talk shit about you. Pink Mike wanna come and talk shit about sleep. But I bet it's
No. These are not the good ones. I'm telling you, like he's got way better videos. Like I've seen him. Like he's put together some decent ones, but yeah, I don't know, guys. Y'all probably don't even want to look at that stuff, do you? I mean, it's just sorry. I've had to be away from the. Yeah. don't know what y'all think about them gas prices. They starting to fluctuate anywhere else? Is gas getting any better on anybody out there? I heard seen somewhere they're going back. Probably fixing to start going back to that semi-truck bullshit shit going on. Remember that? When the damn semi-truck drivers go on strike, they're the ones paying the most money, dude. I've been around truckers, dude. Like, anytime you stop and get fuel, that shit costs money. Yeah, see, look, we've had a few dips, but I don't want to say because I don't want to make y'all mad. Because it's different everywhere else, you know. It's like up north, you pay more money for gas, but you make more money an hour. Like a pack of cigarettes, like $16 up there or some shit. Down here, it's like 8, you know. So, thank you, Barry. That's all I'm here for, man. I'm just here to make myself useful. Of course, I have dreams. Don't we all? Man, y'all was crazy as shit last night, wasn't y'all? Y'all was fucking partying up in that chat last night, boy. Y'all was wilding the hell out. Yeah. I think we pretty much been going for a little minute. Wasn't nothing too exciting tonight. It was more of a chill 4th of July hangout. Relax next to the fucking laptop and microphone. Yeah, see? They better come on down on this gas, boy. I tell you what. Motherfuckers didn't like that shit. When the delivery fee went up to $5.50, motherfuckers started saying, yes, I'd like carry out, please. Because they realize it's cheaper just to get in their car and drive their lazy ass down there to get their shit. Told them a few times. I said, I'm this close to putting a sign on the door that says delivery only. I don't care if it's lying to the public. They walk up to that door and turn away, I'll lock that shit, put a sign on it. No, people can't be they can't be playing with this gas like that, man. When these people that deliver your stuff in semi trucks, like if they go on strike or enough, like we bitch them on about our shit being vehicles. Like, what about them in the trucks? You know, it's like thousands of dollars every time they fucking refuel. Now, granted, sometimes they're on company cards, but like people can fight back and step up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, that motherfucker. Y'all were funny as shit last night. That shit was funny as hell. I was like struggling trying to keep shit together. It was just like steadily fucking crashing off the side of the mountain. But yeah. I guess we pretty much talked about anything we wanted to BS and sit through, so I guess I'm gonna go back, man. I should have took tonight off. Honestly, I should have, but I fucking didn't. Yeah. Yeah, Gray, man. Ugh. Shit. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I really did, but I was like, you know what? I really think he was confused about Fargo, though. I really did. That's why I kept trying. Like, guys, I'm gonna be honest. he told me he didn't want to go on too late because he didn't want to get too fucked up and then like just have a bad, episode. And I'm like thinking to myself, well, that's on you, player. Like, I'm over here. I can't do nothing else for you. Like that's. So to be honest, I think Mars came a little over prepped for the show last night. His energy level just got fucking out there. But see, I was forgetting here though that I think there was a few times Fargo had said something to him, or maybe I don't know if they've like, yeah. I was just kind of trying to let Mars know, like, hey, anybody that comes, we know them together. We all know them together. And I can't help what somebody's going to say to him, but I could assure him that, like, look, you're the surprise guest. You wanted this. I'll at least try to grant you that. After all the shit we've been through publicly, air quotes, like, it's just drama. It's just drama, guys. Mars does not hate me. It's all for fucking YouTube. So, yeah. Some of the shit he said, though, I was like, oh. Yeah. I probably can promise you that he don't remember a majority of last night. So does that count? I mean, even though we have it on file in history, does it still count? Because if I woke up in a jail cell tomorrow and somebody said I did something, I'd be like, are you kidding me? I don't remember it all. I mean, the way he sounded. Yeah, look, Mars did. Man, look, Mars did not cower down, did he not? I know I've cracked and made some jokes about him fighting or something, shit like that, but he was like, bring him on, bring him back on. No, get him. I think the thing with Gray struck a chord with him because he knew, like, I think honestly he couldn't explain the fact that he knew Gray meant well, and at the time she was being very patient and just helpful, concerning. That he just, between like me showing up fucking with him and then like people on Reddit, he couldn't trust nobody. It overwhelmed him, I think. And so he just couldn't trust anyone. Shit was just looking too fucking sweet, too fucking sour at times. And just, he didn't know what to think. And I figured last night he'd be able to, like, if I had him on a nice neutral ground, because yeah, he might say shit to me in videos. It's like, disheartening and shit, and I might say shit about him in videos is disheartening, but we don't wake up carrying that grudge against each other. You know what I mean? He only carried that grudge with me publicly, business wise. Like, he didn't want to be attached to me as far as that was a business issue. But he knows it's all G around here. He knows I ain't gonna fucking fuck him off like that. I'll give him a fair fucking share. Have a seat. What's been going on with you? Apparently he had to get some shit off his chest, and I think he just got overloaded too fast, and that's what kind of happened. So, yeah, like, am I my brother's keeper? It don't matter what I say or what he says. He's still at the end of the day going to have more views than me, more subs than me. His channel's going to grow more than me. Even if I don't have a fucking problem with it, life's going to happen. So, I mean, like, it didn't really, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't want him thinking I walked him into an ambush or anything, because whatever those people said to him was on them. And yes, I reserve a right to have my input about this or that because I've been around some things. We've all been together at times. But honestly, ain't no thing. It's all their business, So I try to give everybody the fair shit. All right, Z-Wo. Take a fucking melatonin gummy. You'll sleep hard. That's what I do. So y'all support Mars. If you want to support Mars, go support him. He's not a bad guy. He's just doing his thing. Last night was an example of something he could publicize on his channel. I am this close, guys. I am this fucking close to getting to be able to make a community tab. Once I hit that deadline, that mark, I can start posting like Facebook. I can say shit, post pictures. I'll be a fucking somebody eventually. Okay, I ain't gonna keep y'all up no longer. I wanted to push y'all to about 1:30-ish. So yeah, we're about to go ahead and jet. But y'all been cool, y'all been fun, y'all been fun. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Anybody on their way out, please be polite and hit that like tab. Thumbs up for returning viewers. This was nothing spectacular, but I appreciate it. Y'all the ones I want to be with every night. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Y'all be good. Have a good fucking day tomorrow. Oh shit. I love you all. Peace.